Hello coin collectors out there, welcome back to the Big D Coins channel. Have you ever come across a Mercury dime that had this date on it? 1942, but then a 1 right here. That coin would be the 1942 over 41 Mercury dime, and it is worth a lot of money. Now I've got two Mercury dimes right here. Unfortunately, they are not the error version, but I got a 1941 on the left, a 1942 on the right. Now PCGS website currently has prices for this 1942 over 41 Mercury dime. They also have a link to Collector's Corner, where Collector's Corner is a website. It's a collectibles marketplace online, and they're currently selling two PCGS graded 1942 over 1941 error coins. One of them is graded a mint state 65, selling for $32,500. The other is a mint state 66, selling for $37,500. Now both of these have the full bands designation, which we're going to talk about a little bit in today's video. And let's get into kind of some of the background information on the Mercury dime in case you're new to this channel, or you might learn some new stuff about the Mercury dime that you missed before, or that I might not have even mentioned before. So the Mercury dime was made up until 1945. It was made from 1916 up until 1945. Unfortunately, when FDR passed away in 1945, they changed up this design to honor him starting 1946 with the Roosevelt dime. Prior to the Mercury dime was the Barber dime. Now the Mercury dime mintages are a lot higher than the Barber dime. In total, there were 2,676,000,000 Mercury dimes that were produced. That is about 5 times as much as the Barber dimes that were produced. And the Barber dimes were made for about the same period of time as the Mercury dimes. As far as the mintages go, the highest year of production is going to be 1944, in which there are 231 million of those coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint. As far as the coins that I've got right here, 1941, there were 175 million at the Philly Mint. In 1942, there were 205 million at the Philly Mint. The Philly Mint across the board has the highest mintages of all the mints for the Mercury dime. Now the average, to give you some perspective, is just 34,760,000 across the entire Mercury dime series. The lowest mintage, the hardest one out there to come across, is the 1916 Denver Mint Mercury dime, with just a very scarce 264,000 of those were produced. So that kind of got all the numbers out of the way. I know that was a lot. Some people don't like the mintages, but if you take time to kind of understand them, it will give you a good understanding of why you come across more coins than you do others. And that was definitely the case with yesterday's video, in which we talked about the 1941 wheat penny, because I come across those all the time now when I'm coin roll hunting, and that's because the mintages on those are super duper high. Now I mentioned that these coins that are selling right now at Collector's Corner for a very high premium have the full bands designation. So let's get into some of the details for this Mercury dime as far as the imagery that you see on both the front and the back of the coin. On the front of the coin, you see Lady Liberty wearing a winged cap. Now they called this the Mercury dime. It's kind of an unofficial nickname of the coin because the wings right here that you see on the cap that Lady Liberty is wearing, those kind of resemble the Roman god Mercury, who had wings on his feet. So these wings right here symbolize kind of similar to what Mercury had on his feet, so that's why they call it the Mercury dime. Kind of a nickname that the mint probably never even intended for people to use. Now other things on here, we've got Liberty, In God We Trust. We've got 1941, the date right there, the initial of the engraver, which is a W. These were produced by Adolph A. Wyman. So you see the W for his last name right there. That's not an extra mint mark. And then when we flip it over, the mint mark for these, if they have one, will be located right down here at the bottom left. Unfortunately, I don't have mint marks on these ones. These are the more common ones that were produced at the Philadelphia Mint. Now in the very center of the coin is what's called a fasces. Now that fasces has different bands going across it. Those bands on the fasces are the high points, and you want to see that those don't have too much wear and tear. The coins that are selling have the FB designation. There's a lot of abbreviations in coin collecting, but FB indicates full bands as far as the Mercury dime goes. If yours has the full bands on it, meaning you can see all the detail of the bands going across, it's going to be worth significantly more. So that's what the full bands means. As far as some other imagery that you see on the reverse of this coin, so the fasces is a kind of a bundle of sticks right in the center right there. It's bound by a axe and a olive branch that's going across right here. So axe at the top, olive branch, fasces in the center. That's all I have for the design of this coin. Again, I want to mention the prices that these are selling for at Collector's Corner right now. $32,500 for the Mint State 65 and $37,500 for the Mint State 66. Now, obviously, those are going to be a very kind of high examples, but there have been some that have graded higher. PCGS has graded much lower ones too. So even if yours has some wear and tear to it, it could still possibly hit that Mint State 68 designation, which PCGS has a price guide of $2,000 for. All right, everyone, that's all I've got for today. Keep your eye out for the 42 over 41 Mercury dime. Hopefully I kind of educated you on that error, which is confirmed and verified by PCGS, as well as gave you a lot of good background info on the Mercury dime. If you have any recommendations for coins that you would like to see on this channel, feel free to let me know in the comment section, and I'll do my best to produce some of those coin videos. Thank you very much, everyone. Enjoy!